Do you want to live comfortably? I'm sure you do. I mean, who doesn't, right? Well, you've come to the right place because today, I'll teach you how to handle your money better and avoid unnecessary expenses. I'll share 7 things poor people waste money on, according to Warren Buffett. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video because the last one will surprise you. Let's start off with number 1, gambling. Gambling is a tax on stupid people who fail to do the math. You always have a slim chance of winning in any form of gambling. This applies to all gambling activities known to man. I don't want to burst your bubble, but you're wasting money on it. And the more you spend, the more money you waste. Let's take the Powerball lottery, for example. Your chances of winning the grand prize are 1 in 292,201,338. And that's a minuscule probability compared to other things more likely to happen to you. Did you know your chance of being eaten by a shark in the ocean is 1 in 4,332,817? Or that the probability you will be killed in a train wreck is 1 in 156,169? And did you know that your chances of being hit by lightning are 1 in 79,746? So, looking at it, you have a higher chance of getting struck by lightning or being killed in a train wreck than winning the lottery grand prize. Luck always seems to be against the man who depends on it, says a Ukrainian proverb. So, while lucky people may be wealthy overnight gambling, you still have low odds of winning, and you may not be one of those so-called lucky people. Gambling is also no shortcut to wealth. Only the mediocre rely on luck because they're lazy enough not to work hard to achieve financial success. Here's another related quote from a great man in history. Shallow people believe in luck and circumstances. Strong people believe in cause and effect, says Ralph Waldo Emerson. For every action, there will always be an equal and opposite reaction. If you depend on gambling for money but do not push yourself hard and long enough, you won't succeed. Warren Buffett advises us to understand the odds. Make financial decisions to accumulate wealth. Please don't rely on gambling or any temporary thrills it brings you. Listen, gambling occasionally is not a sin. There's nothing wrong with trying your luck in the lottery or slot machine. However, please don't rely on it for wealth nor expect to profit from it. Otherwise, you'll go into bankruptcy. How? Gambling distracts you from your priorities. Gambling also destroys you financially because debts can pile up quickly. 2. A new house. Don't be surprised. The rich don't buy a house unless they've fulfilled their monetary goals. At first, they rent a house and wait for the right time to purchase a place of their dreams. Unlike the poor, the rich don't buy a home under a mortgage or loan. Why? They recognize that doing so will hinder their economy. Additionally, they understand that buying a house while building wealth is risky. It will also put you slowly into bankruptcy. Take Warren Buffett as an example. While buying a home is a significant landmark in anyone's life, he advises investors to look past the goal of owning a home when planning for long-term purposes. Focus on wealth creation first. This is what he advised the attendees at the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting in 1998. Warren Buffett adds to only plan to buy a home when the money needed is just 10% of your net worth. That makes sense, right? So, when should you buy a home? He relayed a story to answer this question. Buffett only had about $10,000 when he got married. He told his wife to make a choice. Either they buy a house, which will clean him out and leave him like a carpenter without any tools to work with, or they use this money as capital for other purposes, like growing wealth. And so the rest is history. The couple waited until 1956 before purchasing a home in a time when the total down payment would only be 10% of his net worth. 3. Gym membership. Gym members only go to the gym 4 times a month or 50 times a year, although they anticipate going about 10 times a month, according to a study by UC Berkeley economists. Paying for a gym without commitment is a total waste of money. Unfortunately, it's one of the things that poor people squander cash on. What's worse? They pay for gym use, but don't go at all. Let's be honest. Exercise can sound like a routine, and for many of us, it's easy to decide whether to go to the gym for a few workouts after work or watch a Netflix film. 67% of memberships go unused, according to USA Today. Even if some would use it, still a majority are not regulars. Finder.com says only 56.6% of gym members use the gym twice weekly, 6% go once a month, and 20.7% only once a week. Unfortunately, the average you can expect to spend on a gym membership is $60 monthly or $720 yearly. The US, in totality, wastes a whopping amount of $397 million annually on unused gym memberships. And here's what you need to know. Gyms bet on people who prefer staying home than exercising at the gym. At the start of the year, they recruit people who don't enjoy exercise. This tactic allows them to amass new members, which, in reality, their facility cannot accommodate at once. So, I don't have to tell you. But gyms make money from your laziness. That's bad news for you and good news for them. Gyms profit when you sign up, and not when you work out. And what might even surprise you? This gym strategy benefits serious gym members who work out because the money you pay the gym for not going keeps the operational cost down. So, if you're not serious about hitting the treadmill, don't pay for gym memberships. It's a total waste of money, according to Buffett. 4. Luxury items. For Warren Buffett, luxury is buying what you want, not what you need. Billionaires, like Warren Buffett, are frugal and simple, even if they can afford to buy as many branded clothes for their wardrobe or flashy cars for their huge garage. Instead, they lean towards classic, quality, and durable clothes over expensive ones to save money. They also use the same car or buy slightly used ones because they know that a car's value depreciates when you drive it out of your garage. So, while they have a fat wallet to buy all the material possessions they wish, you'll see billionaires wearing non-branded clothes, driving a used car, or using the same phone for years. Buffett's net worth is $121 billion, but he still lives in the same home he bought for $31,000 in the 1950s. He's also frugal in that he sticks to cheap foods instead of splurging in expensive fine dining restaurants. McDonald's and Coca-Cola are two of his favorite food brands. Unfortunately, the poor have the opposite mindset. They buy things no matter how off-putting the price is, or even if they don't need it. Based on modern behavioral studies, buyers of luxury items are not well off nor can afford to pay the hefty price tag of such things. And what's the proof? The total credit card debt in the US was $986 billion for the Q1 of this year. So, a lot of us act irrationally or without reason or logic. Many don't act based on what's suitable for long-term financial goals. Bottom line, buy generic, non-branded products with the same quality but way more affordable than luxury items whose brand name is what you'll pay for. 5. A new car. Poor people buy new cars instead of used vehicles, which wastes money. Buffett buys slightly used vehicles because he understands how fast car depreciation is. By the end of the first year, your car's value depreciates between 20% and 30% as soon as you drive it. And by the end of its 5th year, its value will only be at most 40% of its initial value. Poor people also take out a car loan to buy a new car, but if you think of it, you'll buy an asset whose value depreciates by 30% by the end of the first year, and you would have to pay it down for years. Be in touch with everyday life's realities. Don't purchase something like a car through a loan. Please wait until you can buy it in cash. Better yet, buy a used car which is still in good condition. In a Forbes interview, Buffett said that replacing his car often is unnecessary because he only drives about 3,000 miles yearly. Now, he's still driving a 2014 Cadillac XTS. What's the rationale behind this choice? He stated in a Berkshire Hathaway meeting, "Actually, I picked out the car I have based on the fact that it had airbags on both sides. So that was a factor, and maybe the first car ever made with airbags." So, while the rest of the billionaires' club drives flashy, expensive cars to flex wealth and success, he prefers older car models that show us his different approach to finances. 6. TV and video games. Warren Buffett revealed that the lower and middle classes of society waste a lot of time either watching the boob tube or playing video games. The first money waster here, according to him, is buying the latest TVs and then killing time playing video games. He's talking about the time that people could have spent learning ways to make money and building wealth. Time is money. The rich read and learn more about finance, unlike the poor, who binge-watch shows on TV or a streaming service during their free time. In the US, TV is a part of daily life. The typical American sits down to watch TV during prime time, the busiest viewing time. About 80% of the population watches TV daily. Statista revealed US adults will spend at least 3 hours watching TV every day this year. According to CenturyLink, quote, the average person spends 141 hours watching TV monthly, or 1,692 per year. If you were to live up to 80 years old, you'd spend about 15 years of your life watching TV. Regarding video games, 68% of Americans play video games daily, with Gen Z logging the highest percentage at 73%. But how much is wasted time worth? If you earn $25 per hour, you'll lose $75 per day for watching TV for at least 3 hours. Multiply this by 365 and you'll lose $27,375 annually. However, time wasted on watching TV or playing video games doesn't only affect your economics, but also other aspects of your life. This includes productivity, skills improvement, and learning, to name some. So instead of wasting time on these two activities, improve your finance knowledge. Read a book, learn something new, like investing and saving money. Putting time into improving your knowledge is better than watching TV. Here, you're not only experiencing new things, but you also increase your skills to improve your finances, like setting financial goals and making more money. 7. Vacations. Travel goals this year? Plan it properly, or end up going into debt. Having a roof over your head or food on the table is more important than traveling. Yes, I get it. We need to escape from our realities occasionally through travel, but it isn't a necessary expense that poor people waste their money on. It's not a good idea to take out a loan to fulfill a dream vacation. Again, it's not a necessary expense like food and shelter. So, while taking some time off and exploring places benefits your mental health, you might have to regret your decision later. This applies, especially if you borrow money instead of waiting to pay for your vacation in cash. Plus, paying interest can skyrocket the price of your vacation, especially if you have bad credit. Suppose you have bad credit and you borrow $3,000 to pay for 2 years. And this loan has a 19.99% APR. With bad credit, you'll end up paying $664.15 in interest. What if your income took a hit, but you still have to repay the loan? 2 things can happen. 1, you might not pay your loan payment on time. And so, 2, your credit score might take a hit. So, if you want to take a vacation, here is what you can do. Save for it ahead. Don't borrow money to pay for a vacation. Travel during the off-peak season when flight cost is lower, or explore local and nearby places. If you liked today's video, please give us a like and subscribe for more content like this.